time for the first video of the year of 2023. Now, I'm wondering video should I make for this first of the year? And I'm like, you people need to read. Not only read, but support your independent creators. That's what y'all need to do, because that's what I like to do. One of the main things I love to do besides buying figurines and cosplay is supporting independent creators, whether it's through video games, shows, or, and of course, books. And it's been a while. Last time I did one was with Hooky and Devil's Candy. Now it was time for another one. This is actually from the same production company that gave me from Hiveworks, the people that did Devil's Candy. Still waiting on my Volume 2 cover to come in already. Well, anyways, this is called Sleepless Domain, Volume 1. Now, you might be asking, what led you to read this book? I didn't know nothing about it at all. I just picked it up, and when I was ordering my pre-order of Devil's Candy Volume 2, I just saw this under my recommendations, and I like magical girls, and plus the art looks very, very appealing to me. Like, okay, this looks interesting. So I ordered it, came in, and it actually took me a while to pick it up. I don't know why, but it just took me a while. It was just sitting on my corner in my room over there, just collecting dust, and then finally I decided to pick it up and like, okay, let's read this. I'm procrastinating long enough, and I did, and wow, this is good. This is really, really, really good. Usually people feel different about when other people do magical girl series that are not Japanese, because a lot of times they fail or it's not good enough. But here, no, they do a pretty good job with this. A very good job, actually. Um, does it subvert expectations? Yeah, it leads in, even does subvert expectations. It does lead into a little of the cliche of the dark magical girl genre that's been happening recently. People say it's Monica that did it, but Monica was just very famous for doing it. In my opinion, it's Nanaha that did the dark magical girl thing first. They just didn't dive too edgy into it. But anyways, this is a very interesting series. Who the main character is, I'm not saying, but all it is pretty much it's an entire city that's under quarantine in a way. It's at night. These monsters come out and start attacking, roaming the streets, and everyone is forced at quarantine to, they have a curfew in a way. They have to go into their homes and locked up windows and stay outside. Being outside is forbidden because these monsters will come out and they'll kill you. Very dangerous threat. The only people who are allowed outside are the magical girls of the city. But it's not just these five you see right here. It's actually other magical girl groups, teams, and even solo acts. They patrol the city taking routes and turfs, and they also come with perks because they're putting their lives on the line daily. This is one of the things I do like is when they make magical girls not a secret. One of the things I don't like is them being a secret because it's really hard to keep a secret like that unless you have some very powerful magic that makes people forget everything. Then that's understandable. But this magical girls things I like. That's why I like stuff like Magical Girl Asuka or Nanaha and stuff like that, where being a magical girl is not a secret, but it's actually now part of the daily society. Only those with magical powers and being trained in order to use it. So these magical girls, when they have the dream, they get their powers and even their appearance change. So they even have the privilege to go to a very high advanced school where everything's being taken care of them. They even don't have to fight. They just have to supply their, be magical girls to be there as a party. They could have better paying, they get wages, they get benefits like being commercials, ads, sponsorships, dealers, agents, all that stuff. And you can also have a rating systems and even magazines of gossip and stuff like that. Even being in TV shows, and of course, as Vox from Ratchet Deadlock would like to say, commercials, 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 commercials. So, you pretty much in a pop culture society as a magical girl while you're fighting at night. However, this relieves a strain and also having a tip side of it. Being a magical girl also puts a target on your back, not just on monsters, but also, of course, other magical girls. something's going out there that's attacking natural girls and is up for a certain individual to find out what's happening. This is only volume 1. Now you're asking, is volume 2 out? I'm afraid not. I don't think there's not even enough material for a volume 2 right now. Just like the Devil's Candy comic, they only really do 1 page a week, 1 or 2 pages a week. It's one of those things where like Bleedman been doing since 2003, where he releases at least a page, 1 or 2 pages a month, because they put a lot of detail and color and they're doing it by themselves. So it's 1 page a week, unfortunately. Now, if they ever had help, like manga creators or even webtoon creators, then it would be a different story. They could release at least a chapter a week. Now, that would be interesting, speed up the process. But I'm afraid I do like the charm of these kind of books, because they lead into something very interesting, you know. It's made by Mary Cargill, by the way, the author's name right there. Yeah, Mary Cargill. So, like I said, the design looked very interesting. It reminds me of the days of Tokyo Pop, where I was a kid roaming in the bookstore, the book fair, I mean, that would come to your school every once a year. I had no money, and my parents wouldn't give me any money, so I couldn't buy any books. I would just look and skim through the books and enjoy them from afar. Sometimes I'll pull in favors and from friends or other family members, and I'll strap them to James to finally buy me some books and stuff like that. So there was that. So when I saw this, it reminded me of those days of the book fair where Tokyo Pop was supreme. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting this. And I'm glad I did. It's a very good investment. Hopefully, later down the road, they will do more volumes, more help and support. I already know Devil's Candy got published with Viz Media, so that'll probably mean they'll be able to release faster volumes, physical copies for people to enjoy. But I enjoyed this book from Mary Cargill and looking forward to other works they have done, which they have done other works. And I just can't remember their names because I just saw them, but they did 2 other things. I can't remember what they are, but they look pretty interesting. I'll look for them later on down the road. But in the meantime, I recommend reading this. You can read it on their official website, Sleepless domain, for free. And you can also go to Hiveworks as well to pick up a copy for yourself, because this is definitely a must read. Very good. If you're into magical girls and the modern take on magical girls where they're no longer secret but they're part of high life society, this is definitely a must read. So I hope you guys pick it up, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because it's one heck of a page turner. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon. This has the Madcrownxox on anime. Signing out.